Mr. Miguel is low on money, but he needs to pay for his rent. He needs to borrow $3,000 from a bank, but it comes with an interest rate of 7%. What would be the simple interest he needs to pay in 1 year, and how much would he need to pay in 2 years? This word problem is a type of problem that involves interest. Finding the interest of a certain amount of money requires you to first understand what is interest and how do we find it. To solve the problem, we must first understand what interest is. As explained by Jenny Ether, interest is a fee paid for borrowing money or other assets. The amount borrowed is called the principal. The interest is expressed as a percentage rate of the principal for a given time interval. Interest can be used in many situations, for example, car loans. If you were to apply installments on buying a car, a percentage rate of interest would come along with it since you would be using the car before being able to purchase it fully.
Now we move on to understand how to solve for interest. What is the formula for interest? The formula for interest is I equals P times R times T, where I is interest, P is principal amount, R is interest rate, and T is time. This formula can also be manipulated to solve for other problems. To solve for P, we change the formula into P equals I over RT. To find R, we change the formula into R equals I over PT. And to find T, we change the formula into T equals I over PR. Going back to the principal question, a sum of $3,000 is borrowed by Mr. Miguel from a bank at the interest rate of 7% per annum. We must find the simple interest for A, 1 year, and B, 2 years.
Let's start with question A. To solve the interest for a year, we must first make an equation with the given using the formula explained before. Let I be the subject of the equation. The P would be $3,000, since that is the principal amount of money Mr. Miguel borrowed. The interest would be 7 out of 100, or 0.07, and the time would be 1, since we are solving for 1 year.
This would form the equation I equals 3,000 times 0.07 times 1.
Multiplying and solving the equation would lead us to $210. Mr. Miguel must pay $210 for the interest rate in 1 year. Moving on to solve B. Solving the interest for 2 years.
To solve for 2 years, the equation would be I equals 3,000 times 0.07 times 2.
The difference in this equation is that the time is 2 instead of 1, since we are solving for 2 years.